We're live. Yeah, now we are.
Now we
I
are.
was about to say we can't sit here and talk Arnold Schwarzenegger and politics all day off cam. We have to talk about it on
Oh, okay.
cam.
If you still wanted to talk about it, no,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yes. We
No, no,
still.
no, no politics on this tabletop stream. What are you talking about?
That's
Fucking.
very fair. We don't. We wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want that. Well, welcome back, gentlemen, viewers. It is third episode of Pop Up Tabletop. Something. The Russellville Files, where our two intrepid investigators have been searching for the guilty party in the murder of one Terence Hollow, a mid-20s auto repairman who they've recently found out appears to have a little bit of baggage from back in Texas.
He deserved it. We're dropping the case. It's fine.
That is
We just
one.
wanted to give you an update. Thank you, people of Russellville.
Justice is served.
Yes, it was supposed to be a 5 episode one. Now it was two and a bit. Um,
Two and a damn.
Public service.
two and a bit. Yes.
I'm not
Well,
doing it 'cause they
no,
won't
that's
limit.
it's fair. It's fair. I trust me. I remember when Caroline did it. It's like instant clip.
I think we've got one of Colt too.
Oh yeah, no, undoubtedly. He does some beautiful dabs as well. I think he did one on Call of Cthulhu. In fact, that got clipped.
There you go.
But anyways, before we begin, as always, Michael, say hello to the people. Tell them who you are.
Hi, Michael. You can find me on Twitter at Hexing King. God knows why, but you can.
Yeah, because you are the king of hexing. I don't know what that means.
An
Mr.
old
Will?
joke with nobody you know.
Ah, fair.
When you start texting with an archfey, that's what that is.
Not.
Yeah, I'm Budget Commissioner Gordon. Will. You can find me at WillRollPlayer on Twitter. And I'll be playing Sergeant Logan Reno.
That was good. That was better than Macho Man Randy Savage, that's for sure. Budget Jim Gordon. I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm Danny or Dakota or Daco, whatever pleases you.
Daco Teen.
Daco Teen, if you're American.
26-year-old storyteller.
Fuck, you're still going up. You got it right again. 127 years old. I've tried to maintain my voice, but I feel it slipping now with every passing moment. Anyway, last episode, Sunday. All of those are right, incidentally. You two, Detective Ellis, Sergeant Reno, continued your investigation and came upon information from the Dallas area of Texas about a case involving missing children and the abuse of children, and they all appear to be linked to this victim. After a little bit of digging and asking around, it didn't take very much. You both seemed fairly convinced that he was probably the perpetrator of that case. Though how, if at all, it was linked to this case, you don't know. You did get passed on a different file that had another curious similarity in that the number 3 appeared. The murder of an elderly woman in also Texas. That you have then tried to figure out if there is a connection or not. That is more or less where we left off with the detective from Dallas promising to get a hold of the families of the children of that other case, and also possibly having something else he wanted to talk to you about, but that he wanted to look into. You went home and got some sleep, and it is now Friday morning, bright and early, and you are coming into the station where not even mediocre copy.
Our officers that we sent out to do things yesterday.
All right, what was it you sent them out to do?
I
Check to see if there's any construction sites with nails.
think we
also...
sent them to the construction company, the construction sites, and I think we sent one of them. I think we sent Officer Ari to arrest someone. What was his name? Billy. The guy who stole
the bouquet.
steak.
Oh,
Trump
Eddie.
bandit.
Yes, Eddie. Yes.
Eddie. Not
Correct.
Billy.
I believe we were also sent somebody out, or two people. I think it might have been Murphy and Kyle, to the construction contractor supply
Yes.
house. to
Oh,
see
the
if there
supply
was
house?
any,
Very well,
yes.
yes.
Specifics.
Colt and
rare
Caroline, we sent
nails.
to just every construction site in Russellville.
That is correct, yes. Very well. So, Officer
Check in.
Officer Ari has indeed brought in Eddie Carpenter, who is sleeping in one of the cells. She reports, did not really struggle, even with being left in the cells, mainly because that means he gets breakfast.
Oh shit!
Officers Caroline and Colt come back with the message that, bar none, every single contractor they talked to said, "How the fuck would we know if 3 nails were missing?"
No. We were to use nails like this one.
Oh,
and
yes.
One of them with one.
They would
They
all,
had to be specific, like.
yeah, they would all
There were
use
very
them.
specific style of nails.
Yeah.
That potentially someone could pick them up.
Every single
in
one
a
that
expedient
builds,
fashion.
yeah, everyone that builds in wood. So everyone that has carpentry as it,
They are generic wood ass nails.
they are generic wood ass nails, big ass wooden nails for big constructions. But yes, bar none, everyone who used them was like, sure, we used them. Are we missing 3? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm not counting them. And Murphy
Get
and
on it,
Kyle
damn it.
would come back.
They've all been fined appropriately.
All invited, probably yes. Murphy and Kyle comes back with also a fairly simple message of like, these aren't, we're not a shop. You can't walk in here and buy 3 nails. You can buy like big boxes of nails, but we generally only sell those to like, contracting companies. They did promise to go out and check if any like individuals had bought them, and they would let you know today. And then it looked like Will almost choked on himself before. Was there something you reminded yourself of that you needed to ask or say or make me aware of?
Hey, Ellis, we might have a potential witness. Because who else was in those tapes? Eddie. Eddie might have seen where Terry went before swiping the materials. So we might get more context of who was around.
How it was like an hour or something later. You gave us the time.
It was about, I think it was, in fact, almost exactly like 32 minutes later-ish, I think.
Okay. So,
Right?
I mean, there was a reason we asked someone to go get him, so.
It's very true.
We have a chat with him.
Oh no, it was an hour later.
Okay. We could go have another chat with the widow anytime. She loves us.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Sure. Love is a word.
Absolutely. She got
I
your
haven't-
flowers.
Oh, I'm sure she did. Just from what I heard on the driveway, even further touch that she opens her door and sees just a bouquet of what could have been in multiple ways.
Yep. Multiple ways. Oh Jesus. Oh
So-
lordy.
I'm thinking I'll go rattle Eddie's cage here. I haven't roasted anybody in a while, so let's change the pace up a little bit.
Yeah, the chief was riding my ass this morning before you came in about my bedside manner with suspects and kin next to kin. You know.
Yeah, the chief did
Yeah.
indeed get an earful from Miss Sussman, who was none too happy with the way one certain Detective Ellis had behaved. Yes,
Yeah, I fucking told you she was a whiny bitch, isn't she, chief? Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call her a whiny bitch, but
I got you. She's a whiny bitch.
You need to
She's
behave.
she's also grieving, Ellis. It's been less than a week since someone that would shoot.
It's in fact
mattered to
been
her
been
died.
less than half a week. It's been 3 days.
From what we
3
know,
days.
he
Not,
better off though. Just
not
put it
even
out
a
there.
quarter of a fortnight.
Wait. You didn't say anything about that old case in Dallas, right?
No, of course not. I did imply that my original theory was she was cheating on her, but that's
Ellis. Yeah, I put you in that position because I figured that's where you make the least trouble.
I mean, so far it has worked, but now I have to interact with people. And here we go.
So far, all you've been dealing with has been the jealous boyfriends who admitted to it whenever you came. This one requires finesse, Ellis. Finesse.
I'm still good at my job. I just fuck people.
Right.
Can I go back to work now?
Yes, go back to work. Don't make me take your badge.
Yeah, I mean, you could try.
I'm too old for this shit. Oh, no, I forgot. You don't watch movies. You won't get that.
Oh, I just thought that was you. That was your life.
129. Should be retired by this point.
Yeah, I grew older from that. Yes. Okay. So the intention of Reno is to interrogate Eddie and Ellis. Are you following along with that, or do you have other things you would like to do?
I'm following along. I'm the timey-wimey equivalent of like the two-way mirror, or one-way mirror, where I'm watching but they don't know I'm there.
Ah, yes. The good cop, bad cop, maybe. Huh? All right. So yeah, you go down and you have Eddie prepared. Have him moved into an interrogation room, and you both know Eddie. Eddie's like a little scummy to look at. Not necessarily super dirty, but definitely not well kept. He's typically friendly enough, though, and he doesn't reek of booze, probably because he was picked up early enough that he didn't get a chance to go out and drink. He's sitting there, and you come in, he's like, "Oh, hey, Reno. Hey, how you doing, man? Are you good?"
Morning, Eddie. So you know why we brought you in. I know why. But I'm not going to break your balls over that for right now.
Oh, great.
There is some way that you can assist us on some bigger fish we need to fry currently.
What do you mean bigger fish?
It's murky on the details. It's an active case. I can't exactly tell you everything. But what I can tell you is...
Ryan he finally got the message. Stop telling to everybody we come across.
Like, actually, you hear knock on the door, and a butcher sticks his head and it's just like, "Hey, I thought of something about that case you told me everything about."
I'll get to you in a minute.
No, he's like...
Take the butcher aside and be like, "Oh, fuck."
So, how we pick you up is we have footage of you allegedly swiping a bouquet and some steak off the trunk of a vehicle.
Yeah, but that was
What
mine.
I'm interested and am wondering whether you can help me with this. How long did you happen to see the occupant of that vehicle? And if so, did they go anywhere? And if so, did you see where they went?
He's kind of like looking at you a little bit. Like, okay, but I'm not in trouble for the food, right? Or the flowers. I gave the flowers to Edie.
Who's Edie again? Remind me, I'm not up on the local gossip, Eddie. What's happening?
My, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, uh, I can't guarantee anything will be reduced, but I can put in a good word. And if what you tell us turns out to be and helps us in solving a much bigger case, I'm sure
Oh,
whatever happens, they'll take that into consideration.
come on, into consideration, man. Come on, it was just a piece of
It's
meat.
better than a no.
Not by much.
That's the best I can offer for right now. But let's get back to what you may or may not have seen.
Fine.
Well, first of all, do you have a basic time frame of you had to have seen the material on there? Did you happen to be there and you like saw the vehicle show up and waited a while? What walk me through the sequence of events
All right,
if you
so
could.
as you know, I like to, meet up with the others and kind of sit around, just have like a perfectly normal amount of beer for like noon.
Hmm.
And then, we'll kind of like hang out in the city and like, sometimes we go down and hang out with, the skater kids, with their longboards. Just so yeah, they're fancy, but they're friendly, but like,
The thump from the other side of the whatever wall. And kick it. Thinking about stupid skater kids.
yeah, what the hell? Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, oh yeah. And then I noticed when I came back, because I was gonna go on like a beer run, just for like a normal amount of beer for like 5 in the afternoon.
Hmm.
And when I got there, I saw when I was buying beer, so I saw Terry over by the auto repair place. Man, the kids don't really like him. Like the skater kids, do you think he's creepy? But
How so? Did they ever mention why?
yeah, they just say
Just a
he'll
bad
like,
vibe.
yeah, they'll just say that he'll like stop and look at him. Like he'll drive by and just
Mm.
stop and just look at him. Sometimes during his breaks, apparently he eats like his lunch there, but he doesn't come over and talk to him. That's what's weird. Cause like we talk to him, we hang out with them. They're like our friends, right? Cause cool recognize cool. Uh, and 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 yeah, I saw Terry. And he came and he went and I saw him buy flowers, but I was leaving. So when I was leaving, I I saw him right as I left the area, the shop, the stores. I saw him put the thing on his car, and there was this guy in like what are they called? Like those fancy like sweat jumpsuit.
Sort of workout attire,
Yeah, like
sweatsuit a little bit.
sweatpants and like those zip up hoodie kind of thing.
Mm.
Um, and they looked like they were talking, but I don't know. I just saw he put it on the roof of the car, so I went on my way because that's none of my business. And I came back a little bit later, just walking that way on my way home, and I saw that shit was still on the fucking roof of the car. So I was like, free food, don't mind if I do. So I mean, I know it's wrong, but like that meat wouldn't have been good for him anyway. It'd been there for like an hour.
Marksdown has confessed.
Uh,
Time of confession.
Out of curiosity, when you heard this person talking with Terry,
I didn't hear it so much as I just saw it. 'Cause they were like on the
just
other
saw
end of it. Yeah, they were on like one end of it, and I was on the other end.
what was their body language? Did it feel like they were hostile towards each other or
No,
friendly?
they didn't look like they were gonna
Neutral?
fight. Like I know when people are gonna fight. Like you understand once you've been on the street for a while, right? But
Mhm.
no, I don't think so. They didn't seem like they were close. They were like close to each other.
Did you see where Terry went?
Yeah,
Or how
No,
it ended?
no. I didn't see where they went. I just saw them talking. I left.
So you weren't there the entire time.
No, it was just more like a because I look around when I walk. Like I've been hit by cars, especially after an appropriate amount of beer for 5 p.m.
Well,
Come
yeah,
on,
we're
man. Come on, Reno. You can let me go. I helped you, didn't I?
can't do that though.
Come on.
Well,
Come on.
I'll put a word in. Can't guarantee anything, but has been helpful. In fact, one way you could help me some more. Do you have a specific name of the skater kids? So we can potentially get more info because there is that is an interesting piece of information. I'm not trying to break the skaters' balls right now.
No, man. You can't tell them I
as they're
snitched.
Mm,
I ain't no rat. I'll tell you their names, just don't be a
Sure.
dick about it.
no, I won't be.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't mention your name.
All right.
Because yeah, I can. Yeah, that's. Yeah, we need more people to interview. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as people aren't loitering, not my problem. It's when vandalism, loitering,
Man.
teenagers are teenagers that want to go out have some
Petty
fun.
theft.
Boys will be boys.
But as long as it's not a crime, I don't care. I have a lot on my plate, and as long as people aren't piling more onto it,
Oh, yeah, they're not doing anything, man. They're just skating, They're hanging out. They're living the free life, like, what is it, like, Yeah, we don't exactly have beaches around here to surf on, right? Like, the river won't do for
very
that.
true. Very true. Well, I'll tell you what. Thank you for your time. I'll see what I can do to reduce the amount of community service or whatever.
Please. I hate that shit.
But when there's a little thing that happens, you got to give back. It's a give and take.
Yeah,
in this world.
yeah,
You take,
yeah.
you got to give it back one way or the other.
All right. Come on. You're not the judge.
Mm-hmm.
I go. Can I go at least? Can I just go and be called back for sentencing or whatever?
I'll run it by and come back to you on that. Let you know.
Fine.
If you give me about 5 to 10 more minutes. And
Sure.
we'll get you.
Sure. Give me something to write on so I can give you those names.
Oh, here we go. Let me get you something here. Let's see. Here we go.
Damn,
There you
that's
go.
a lot of notes.
Okay.
Fine, thank
go.
you. And he writes down real quick, just like Timmy is the one you recognize, and Chris and Johnny. Tim, Chris, and Johnny.
Tim, Chris, and Johnny. Alrighty. So I exit the thing, and I'll tell whoever's around that isn't Ellis that let him brew in there for another 5 to 10 minutes, and if you can, he's potentially assisted us with getting us closer to potentially finding the murderer. If there's some way we can chip off a little bit of the community service time or what have you.
The boss just peeks his head out. Your chief is just like, just let the man go. I mean, who gives a shit? He stole some meat from a dead guy. Who gives a shit?
All right.
That's probably fucking rotten. Guy's probably sick.
So I tell you, I wait about 5 minutes. I go back to Eddie, and I say, "All right, so I was able to hammer it out, Eddie. It's looking like we'll be able to let you go this time, but
Oh, man.
do what you can to really try to not cause trouble."
Hey, you got it, Reno,
the
man.
more-
Thank you.
The more you're in here, the more they're tired of seeing you in here. So
Oh, hell yeah, man. This is what it's all about, man. Having a friend on the inside and you got a friend on the outside, man. Anything you need, you just let me know. Kind of tries like a half clumsy high five, and it's like, bye, man.
bye. Stay safe. Okay, so I go back.
When he goes back in, the original officer he was talking to, I go, corner of 5th and Brand. He'll be there in about 4 hours, drunk and disorderly. $20.
Hey, I'll take that bet. 4 hours, he'll be down on 3rd and Vine.
So, all right. Good news. Ellis, we got some more people to interview. He did see a different angle. He wasn't there for the entire time, so he didn't see Terry walk away. He did say the man was in, sweatpants and hoodie, so we can corroborate that with the footage, so it doesn't sound like he's full of shit.
He most definitely is full of shit, but...
Well, in this case, the info's good, at least, from what we've seen so far.
Would we have, in the process of informing Dunbar the night before about whether he might have to, that conversation he'd have to have with the kids, would we have gotten a name of those kids?
No. Except for his son. I think he said his name was Ken.
Mostly I was just curious if any of the skater kids were the same kids.
Oh, no, I think as officers you would have run into them enough times that like Timmy and his gang. Yeah, they're not sport ball players. They're like skaters and like punks and they fuck around a little bit on the streets. They're not bad kids. They're just like they're skaters. Yeah, they're skaters. They once in a while
they loiter.
Yeah, they loiter. They like get in the way of people a little bit here and there on the sidewalks, and
interfere with traffic by
They're the reason we have those like metal like little bar things on all the like sidewalks.
No loitering, no biking. Fucking
stop having fun, kids. I'm so fucking sick of it.
Yeah, they're those kids.
Yeah, they're those kids.
So, we got 3 more people we can potentially talk to. Very interesting point.
Once again, I do want to just clarify with you that we're not here to solve whether or not Hollow is guilty. We need to know who killed him.
Mm-hmm.
So, investigating the other abuses alleged, that's Dallas's job.
Mm-hmm. Well, if nothing else, it's given us more patterns.
More patterns.
We know that these crew. So what Eddie described is that the skater kids, 3 specified, described Terry as really creepy. He said they would, or they said he would just roll his car by periodically and just stare at him, and it was just very sort of. And I get it, but it's another angle. If maybe he talked to them at some point, and that could trickle back to the greater of what's actually going on. Good thing on my side, I didn't, divulge things that I shouldn't have. Kept it much closer to the vest than normal, with the butcher and to a lesser degree the florist. I am tightening it up here. So we have Dunbar's thing on the back burner. We have Detective Dallas down in Dallas that can eventually trickle back to us somehow.
The 3, the 6.
Yeah, we got numbers.
Got the Bible verse.
That was Detective Raymond Schultz.
And I'm feeling like we need to find Barry. That's one angle we haven't checked out yet. I don't know how directly to do that. Maybe, I don't know. Definitely not sending you back to Jackie, because that's turning into a shit fire on the double.
Anybody get him fired? The chief.
Yeah.
If you were gonna fire me, you'd already done it. Shut up.
It's a fair point.
What the absolute scumbag.
That'd be interesting. No, should we keep it neutral? Should we call her on the phone? I mean, that way we're not.
I mean, we would know where, like, the family is, right? Would we even
We
need
would be able to reverse engineer that. Maybe just cut Jackie out of the picture, and we can just go directly see what Barry's all about.
To Barry? Oh yeah, I think you've already made sure you got his address, didn't you? Wasn't that one of the things you
I don't
asked
think
dispatch
so.
on the first day?
Oh, maybe.
Or second day?
There's a couple of things we've asked, and then I remember at one point we tried to figure out what church they went to because we were. On
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You've also figured that one you figured out from Jackie, I think, right?
Okay.
The Presbyterian Church.
That's right. Okay. So what do you want to prioritize right now, Ellis? It seems like.
I mean, we have pretty much we've got a.
I mean, an interesting point with this skater kid angle. It's the first time we're hearing about anything negative about Terry. Everyone else is, throwing pedals into his past about how great he is.
But also, we haven't really talked to that many people who knew him other than Dunbar, and he behaved around his boss. Big surprise.
Very true. So, what is your intuition telling you?
I mean, I still want to chase down I want to see if we can find something on that. But I feel like we ain't gonna get to the right church right away. But there's something to that Bible verse. I mean, I know out here we've got Bible thumping Christians all left and right, but most of them don't actually read the damn thing. So.
Yeah, or take the effort to scribble it down and pin it under someone's hand.
Exactly. I think that's our main lead.
Amount of effort.
Then I think there's something with that 6, the 3s.
The numbers, definitely.
I don't know what we're gonna figure out on that one without.
He was interacting with 3 skaters that have observed creepy behavior. Now I know that's a stretch, but hey,
there's a
another
stretch
3.
and there's a jump rope, and buddy.
Hey,
Hopscotch on down, why don't you?
Yeah, there's bungee jumping off bridges here. So in my mind, I'm thinking skaters, rattle Barry's cage. Basically, we're just biding for time to see if any more info trickles in from Dallas, from Schultz. Because everything else, I mean, right now we're sort of shit out of luck, evidence-wise, on more angles to directly figure out the murder.
Would the fingerprint results have been in this morning of against anything we know?
Let's see, how are they coming in? They would probably be coming in. Yeah, sure. I'd say if throughout sometime close to noon they would be trickling in, and everything that would be found would be consistent with the expected. It would be Terry, Jackie, Barry, Dunbar's son Ken. Would have been checked.
Fishing on sometimes.
Yeah, he went fishing with him sometimes. Also Dunbar's wife, like the general, probably even a couple from the auto repair shop, like a couple of co-workers.
Alvarez, maybe.
Yeah.
And any unnamed or any.
Yeah, sure. There would probably be a few unknowns.
So we've got those. We can be like, hey, did you fucking. Did we get Eddie's from the top, maybe?
I think you already had Eddie's.
Probably.
Yeah. I think sending them off, I will say, nets you throughout the day. You learn that he, that's a negative. He was never inside that car.
No, but on top or something, just to get rid of.
Oh.
Because when you grab the thing, Just getting rid of unknowns. On
Yeah,
this one.
sure. Yeah, sure. I'll say that. Issues. Okay.
You're fine on my end on.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think I'm good on mine as well. Yep.
You're looking fine on Chrome.
Okay. Well, as long as you can hear us, Mel, that is almost the most important thing. Well, it is the most important thing. Oh, God.
Probably with
Now,
this,
how
there ain't nothing
did
this
you-
ain't adding anything.
Ellis, did you get the sense? I mean, when we were talking with Jackie and that whole debacle took place, did you get the sense that their whole sphere of relationship slash extended family would be close enough to have Barry in that car? Because
She said they used to, at one point she said something about they used to go places together. She said something
Okay.
that
So
I
it
don't know
could
if it
just
was
be
when I was asking about
family-ish
the church
outing,
or something.
bonding.
Mm.
But they were close, so he seems to be one to talk to. But once
Yeah.
again, might be one that I don't do alone because God knows if she's complaining to the police chief, she's probably been talking her brother's ear off, fucking asshole.
Probably.
You two
If
keep
nothing else,
talking. I really quickly have to run because I am feeling I need to run to the bathroom very quickly.
All right.
Go for it.
Yeah, we can fill dead air. We chat plenty.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
So I mean, main
The cat-
theories so far. Do we have theories? We have revenge theory, cover-up
Mhm.
theory, cheating on Jackie theory, sort of maybe.
The
maybe
cheating on
Barry did it.
Jackie, I'm not quite.
And then there's
I
the
mean-
religious out of wedlock theory, right?
Hmm. And we always, way in the background, we have Children of the Corn in case all of the victims are somehow pooling their powers together to avenge
kill him.
themselves.
Well, to figure that one out,
Um,
we need Dunbar to let us know if any kids were reporting that, or Dallas
Right.
to be like, all the kids are missing. Weird.
If they're all gone, they're just.
Oh, and there's
But-
the raised up a successor theory.
Oh
of
yeah.
missing kids.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like if he was living with Jackie, where would this other missing kid be? Because by the age, it wouldn't them out on their own wouldn't be.
Because there was and this is interesting. Back to the Skater 3.
There were
Let's
three
say
missing
Devil's
kids.
Advocate.
Well, we know
Uh,
Timmy ain't one of them at like the very least because we
Yeah.
know his parents. I've yelled at Margaret a bunch, and then he's just drunk. The other one, I
Right.
forget his name.
But it does fit that he's refining his technique.
Try to get three at
and
once. You think?
potential. I mean, we know 4, and then there's 3 missing.
There's
It
three
hits this
missing, but
number.
they were
3
always.
number bit. But I'm just wondering if he was in the preparation phase for these Skraters.
I feel
I
like if he
mean-
was in the preparation phase, it was absolutely Dunbar's kid. They were together and alone at the fishing. He had every opportunity.
No, I'm not talking about from the ascension to the new whatever.
No.
I'm talking about
just
targeting.
victim-wise. Yeah, targeting.
Well,
even
because
It's definitely
it
an option.
fits within the profile of annoying street troublemakers that if
That's the thing. Have we asked about the kids like with their profile? Like they weren't kids that were gonna be like they weren't nobodies, but
I believe we did, they were sort of, as time went on with
More
these
so,
individuals, it was more unknown individuals that could disappear and people at home didn't really care and were, oh, where's XYZ?
Right, yeah.
Fuck, we don't know. So I'm thinking my sixth sense is telling me to chat up the Skaters.
Shut up, skaters. That one might
Yeah.
be on you. I will just end up yelling at Timmy again because fuck that kid. Have to write him up, I can get you in touch with Margaret if you want to know where he is, probably. But
True.
had to call that mother so many goddamn times. But that stupid
Yeah.
brat.
Do you want to check out the Barry angle? Well, maybe not. Yeah. I can't.
Shit, we can't send him anywhere. Problem. He's such an asshole.
He's alienated himself fucking everywhere. All right.
I mean, we didn't get like he goes to with the family church. We could go to church. We could hit up the church. I'd probably alienate there, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
But,
I'm feeling like anything will happen at a moment. We're just sort of biding for time, and while we're waiting for more information to trickle in, I'm feeling like just like we talked to Eddie, it didn't occur to me to talk to Eddie until just this morning when he's right here and causing stern shit anyway.
We sent Officer Ari out to get him, so we could talk.
True. Right. But it didn't occur to me
that he might have seen something.
Right, until just this morning. So just like that serendipitous shit can happen at a moment's notice. All we have to do is keep our heads to the grindstone, and more can come up.
Well, I could head over to the church and talk to pastor, priest, father, whatever. If you wanted to hit up Barry or the kids.
I'm thinking I'll see if I can get some more info from the kids. Yeah. So I'll check out that angle. You can check out, and I know, this is a lost cause, basically, Ellis, but try to fucking behave yourself. The more, try a little less vinegar, a little more honey, all right? And that might help us pan out. I get it. I enjoy the vinegar myself periodically, but as we saw with Eddie, hey, the little honey can get us. Too. Exactly.
I mean, I could have gotten the same reaction of, yeah, I saw this, and absolutely no information. Yes, I could have probably done that too with vinegar, but I'm gonna go talk to the priest.
They're not gonna be like, man, if we're just.
We ain't out here to be loved and respected.
It's constructive criticism, all right? Not telling you how to do your job, just how to improve your job, all right?
Michael out here being an actual cop.
So I'm going out and get my fucking styrofoam cup of jet black coffee and start seeing if I can.
I'm stopping at the local coffee store to get something nice.
Yes. Of course. Yes. Meanwhile, Sergeant Reno out here doing donuts on the parking lot, just like with a styrofoam cup.
Just my morning warm up. There we go.
Never know when you want to do a chase.
Listening to pre-Snoop. Okay, so Michael is going to visit Pastor Michael Walters, and Ellis and Reno is yes.
It took me a while to get that.
Yeah. And Reno's on his way to visit with the kids, right? With the punks.
Skater punk.
Yes, very well. Okay, so Ellis, you arrive at the local Presbyterian church. Pastor Walters. He's a black man in his 40s, late 40s. Black hair, brown eyes, normal build. You know him to always generally be smiling and being a generally happy guy. A little bit on the religious side for most people's taste who are not on that same religious path, but not like a bad guy for it. Like, he's just very much a believer. And yeah, he comes out. He greets you with, he holds his Bible, with only like the three of his fingers. You know that like his ring and pinky finger can't quite close fully because of some injury he had from when he was younger. So he's always kind of weird looking when he's holding something. I'm like, oh, Detective Ellis, what can I do for you?
I'd like to talk to you about a little bit of your congregation, your flock or whatever.
Oh, my flock? Well, I mean, doctor-patient privilege.
You ain't a doctor.
No, I'm a priest. We're quite a bit more important, I assure you.
One of them's dead. You want to talk now?
Yes. For one, I'm not quite sure I'd call Mr. Hollow one of our flock, though he did come here once in a while. More of a...
Closer to you than any of the other flocks in town, but...
Well, that is true. Yes. Oh, well, what can I tell you about Mr. Hollow? Well, please, why don't you come in? Let's go inside, sit in front of our holy Lord.
Right.
You walk in, and he does...
Do the, like, when I walk in, like... I go on Sundays, I just fall asleep, okay?
Like, just in case.
Wrong denomination.
I do it the wrong way, yeah. Well, that's my denomination. So
Yeah.
I don't go to his church.
He's just like,
I don't know the difference in real life, guys. I'm sorry.
I don't either. Very much leads you up and takes a seat on one of the...
Presbyterian, this is like Catholic. Like,
I don't fucking know. But thank you, now we know. He's very much like when he sees it, he's just like yes, right up here. And leads you up, sits you on one of the benches up in the front, and sits down next to you and just kind of one leg over the other's knee and Bible in hand looking at you. So, what can I tell you about Mr. Hollow?
I know he didn't come here a lot. Not his thing. I know he was with Miss Sussman.
Yes.
And I know the family comes here, am I right?
Yes, they do. They've come here for many years. From before my time.
They regular attendees of Mass
Oh, absolutely.
every Sunday.
Not as much the children, but the parents, yeah.
But the parents, yeah. Can I tell you my favorite quote in the Bible?
Absolutely.
I need to scroll up because I'm going to hit him with whatever you ask in my name, this I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son.
John 14:13. Yes, I know quite well.
When I said it, what was his reaction?
Feel free to roll.
That's
Your
what I'm going
standard
for.
psychology or psychoanalysis, or
It don't
even
matter.
spot hidden.
86 over 51.
Jesus fucking Christ, Will Wheaton.
Game system is not for me.
He looked, surprised to see that you knew it, but happy. Like it was, yes, I know
go-
quite well.
Almost every Sunday, unless I've got something. I just...
That's why I imagine work makes you not very busy around these parts, but
Every once in a while, but I make it when I can. Down over at St. Mary's over...
yes, yes. Down at Father Jennings, a fine man, even if slightly misguided. But
To each their own.
yes, sure. Kind of looks up at the hanging Jesus figures, like, yeah, sure. So, well, for Mr. Hollow, he seemed a friendly young sort. I never got to talk too much to him, but I think the family, the Sussmans, liked him. Even Barry can be a little harsh.
And they didn't... Barry can be a little harsh about... Is
Well,
he protective of his little sister?
Sure, yeah.
Am I
He's
remembering incorrectly that he's an older brother? Or...
older brother, yes. Yes, no, not rough. He's not bad. He's just, like a big brother can be.
Big brother, yeah.
Yeah.
So, in theory, is he the type, let's say, if Mr. Terry did something he shouldn't have with somebody else's girl or something?
Oh, he'd
Barry
give him
would
a
take
whooping.
offense.
I have no doubts Barry would be quite upset.
This case don't seem that way, but we've seen plenty of that here and there, but
Yes.
we're
Well,
checking off options.
information has slipped, as I'm sure you can imagine. Has been a few days now, small
It's been
town
a
and
couple
all.
days. We had to let the families know, and
Yeah.
it has a way of getting around, especially in circles that are
Yeah.
close like this.
It seems very dramatic. I feel like, but it's, certainly not what I mean. We've had these cases before with the jealous wives and husbands.
Overly dramatic. How much did you find out? And then I'm gonna try to remember how much we told Jackie.
Well, from what I've been told,
Well, also there was the people who found him, but still, there's so much that it could have. But just to get how much he knows.
from what I was told, he was nailed to a tree. So not quite like our Lord and Savior, but
There were similarities, but it was
terribleness.
not identical.
Yes. Well, I mean, sometimes you'll have those. It's not unheard of that people will get nailed to crosses and such.
No penance and all that, yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
penance and.
but usually that's not this.
No. Well, at least not with white folks, right?
I would hope not.
Mm.
Pastor, father, whichever this one is.
I'm fine with either. In fact, since you're not one of my flock, as you say, Michael or Mr. Walters, it's just fine.
All right, Mike. Hey, no. Something else I was gonna ask, but I am blanking now. And Jackie, she was happy with him, right?
Yeah, sure seemed like it.
Yeah, she and I get along. Fame.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. Yeah, Jackie's a very sweet girl.
But she said she'd corrected him of some sinful pastimes, spending time at the bar, as they say.
Yes, well, he's a young man. He's not, perhaps not quite on the right path yet. Some men need longer than others.
Some don't get enough.
Some don't get enough, yeah? Some don't get enough of what? Corrected?
Correct in time, whatever.
Correct in time, yes. Well, I mean, I don't disagree.
Barry asked about Barry, asked about Jackie. And the father, Mrs. Mr. Sussman.
Mr. and Mrs. Sussman, yeah.
Yes. I haven't had the privilege of really making their acquaintance yet, but
Ah,
I imagine they're much the same as the children. The father,
quite. Workers'
you said
family.
he's more in the...
More devout, yes.
Yes, that would be the word. He didn't look down upon his daughter for their relationship out of wedlock or nothing of that sort.
No. He's not. I mean, he's of an older generation, but he's not quite that old. I mean,
Not quite.
nah, he was. I mean, he remembers the 60s, let's say. I mean, he wasn't quite the young flower child, but he was young enough that he had his fun. He and his wife, if I remember right.
You would know better than I, but
Oh, I would.
well, no, not even. Whatever. Just trying to narrow down our options. As you know, can't let somebody.
No, of
down
course.
out with this. But thank you for talking to me. I will be in touch if we have any further questions, and if anyone comes to you, I don't know, weird confessionals or anything that would endanger your flock further. I know that's a sacred right and all that. But
Oh no, if I have a sacred, I have a sacred promise to keep, but murder and the likes is a little bit above what the Lord forgives, so to say. At least, not until they pass on.
exactly.
Very well. Well, you have a wonderful day, detective, and make sure you find this guy. It's never nice to have a devil walking among your flock.
No. And Ellis walks out of the church.
Very well. Meanwhile, downtown, Sergeant Logan Reno is out looking for for a lineup of young punks. Now, you know a few different places they hang out because, it's like a handful of places you typically have to chase them away from. Where is there like a good rail to grind? Where is there a good set of stairs they can jump on? It's still like late 80s, so it's very much like not a thing that is like big yet. You're not seeing like fucking kick flips all over the place.
Yeah, Tony Hawk hasn't hit yet.
No, exactly.
No big old skate park.
No. But it's very much like driving and grabbing and like hopping. I'm not even sure they grinded back in the fucking late 80s. I don't think they did. Anyway, you do find them in one of their typical spots. Is let's say it's down by the library. There's like this particular small set of stairs that they can kind of drive down over and kind of have fun with. When you pull in, they all kind of like, and they all kind of just put
Right.
their
Everybody calm down. I haven't heard any. There hasn't been any call for troublemaking, so I'm not here to rattle cages.
All right, man. You ain't here to bust our balls?
Not so far. But let's see.
I already hate him, Danny. I don't know which one it is. Whoever's voice that belongs to, I don't like that one.
That's Jimmy. No, Johnny.
I have some questions for you all. I have heard that you all have had some
Sex?
unsettling interactions with one Terry Hollow.
Oh, creepy Terry? Yeah, he likes to look at boys.
Any was it just him driving by? Was there any further interaction that was strange, or
He was just like, I don't know, sit in like his car and like look at us while he was like eating his his lunch, I guess.
okay? Did he ever talk to you all, or was there
No,
any
no, hell
conversation?
no. We usually yelled at him, called him, dirty words that I'm not gonna repeat.
Yeah,
Like no,
theater of the mind.
yes.
Scared was always alone.
Did he ever show up? Was he always by himself, or did he ever have anyone with him?
Dude, did you see that pigeon?
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, it's of the metagaming kind. No, he was always alone. I mean, wait. Oh, wait. You think he had a friend he liked to look at dudes with?
We're trying to figure out. There's some suspicious activity in relation to Terry, and so we're just trying to fill in the blanks, see what we can find out.
It was just weird. I don't think I ever saw him. Yeah, with his girlfriend, with what's her name? Sussman? Annie? Jackie? Yeah, Jackie.
Fucking small town. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. My older sister used to go to school with her.
Well, I'll tell you all what. I appreciate your assistance.
Somebody
Thank you
was
for.
an accident. That age difference? Hell yeah.
I appreciate your assistance. In the spirit of cultivating a better future for you all, thank you for helping me. Listen.
That's a weird thing to say.
Listen. I went and bought a box of donuts, and I would like to.
Surprise.
Thank you. Yeah.
Kiss ass.
Yeah. Listen. Ellis in my brain. Get the fuck out. This is an unopened box of donuts. It's a variety pack. I'm sure you all will do with them what you will. Thank you for your assistance. If you all find out any more unusual information, let me know.
Right.
I appreciate your assistance.
Thank you,
Have a nice day.
officer. You
Stay
know,
out.
kind
Stay
of
out of
wave.
trouble.
As
'Cause
soon
I
as you,
fucking
as soon as you drive off a little bit down the street, you just hear a floop on the back windshield, and you just see like a jelly donut, just like this, and looking in the back mirror, you see them all like getting the fuck out of
we'll let
Dodge.
that one. We'll let that one slide for now.
The metagaming pigeon comes down and grabs it and eats it as it flies off. Donuts. All right.
And he makes his way back to the station.
Very well. Yes, so you do find your way back to the station, where you meet up again.
Well,
Kids
not
give you
much.
anything?
Yeah, they tossed a jelly donut on the back of the cruiser, but other than that, no fresh information. Yeah. They deem the other 11 worthy to keep though. So,
I
let's
just
see.
stare at him a little bit like, why did they have donuts? But I don't say anything.
Vinegar, honey. All right.
They
So-
threw something at you and you rewarded the behavior. Congrats.
No. I rewarded them and then they threw it at my cruiser. But that's
I think they got the message real well.
Step in the right direction. But anywho, that was sort of a dead end. Listen.
Fucking love it.
You know what isn't happening? They're not calling into the station.
Hey, Chief, has the priest yelled at you yet?
Yeah. So
What was that?
No?
no
Did
no
the priest
calls
yell
from the
at
skateboarders about some random dumbass around here causing trouble. No? Oh, okay then.
No.
Oh, weird. The
anywho.
priest didn't call either.
That's a new one. That's a 0 days without Ellis having someone call in. But anywho,
Because he ain't a whiny bitch.
To be fair, we're up to like 18 hours now.
18 hours. We're almost hitting that 24-hour mark.
Don't worry, we still gotta go see Barry, Chief. We'll get it.
We got 6 more hours. So the skater kids were a dead end. They were a...
Priest didn't give me much, but I mean, he did confirm if he was cheating, Barry would have.
Interesting. Okay.
He was that type of guy.
Now, I
something
know
wrong with
this
his
just
system.
really... No, this is corkboard with the pins and the fucking yarn and all that shit. But in the night, I just had a dream, and Barry Sussman, very suspicious man. I mean, there is something there.
I just
as
write on a
possibility.
note, get Reno therapy.
I had the
I
butcher.
just
That's
slip
fine.
it to the chief.
That's the closest.
Like-
All right. But that's interesting. The pastor thought that Barry could be violent if there was some sort of slight, potentially towards his sister
If
or
he did
something
something
else.
for his sister, he would have stepped in, give him a thorough beating, as they said. But maybe worth having a chat with the boy.
Mm-hmm. Just to see what we can find out. You doing anything, or should we both go and see what? I mean, 4 eyes better than 2, or 8 eyes in our case. 8 eyes better than 4.
God damn it.
So.
I don't know about you, but these two don't work too good.
Man, fuck, these don't either.
I
I
think we're
haven't
still
been able
at
to wear my
4.
shades because my eyes have been acting up with these fucking monocle ass contact lenses. I mean, they used to be the size of saucers. They've gotten them down to the size of, walnuts, but still.
Now they're the size of eyes.
Yeah. But anyway, are you getting in, Alice, or should I just fucking...
Well, now I'm worried about letting you drive, but all right.
My driving's fine. All right.
No.
Roll drive, see if we hit a pedestrian.
Yes, actually roll drive for me. Let's see if you're good at driving. You know, just for the fun, just because you're called into the universe, let's see how it answers.
Let's see. Double check on that drive stat. Drive auto, yes. I need to roll under a 70. Let's see what we got here.
That's right. You got that high
73. Well, fuck me then.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you're driving. You're on your way down to Sussman's to Barry's job. And on the way there, let's see. See, this presents an opportunity. Let me.
We hit a pedestrian. It was them. We solved the case.
Justice.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Justice.
a quick
Be real. That's Ellis's
check to
whole
see.
style, probably. A cab does include Ellis.
Okay. Just wanted to check something. Yeah, you make your way down there relatively fine, but there's a couple times where that good driving almost gets you into a fender bender. Like, there's a couple times where people, I don't know if it's just, maybe it's just today that people are driving like assholes, or maybe you're just not on, maybe your mind is elsewhere. But there's a couple times where Ellis almost gets the opportunity to straight up look at you and go, you cannot drive at all. Because I'm sure that's how he would say it. Him being the honey man in this duo. Yes, you do make your way down. It's I believe he was a construction worker. It's a construction site building some apartments on the western side of town, down closer towards the water. It's going to be a pretty decent place to live. Probably slightly expensive for the town, but yeah, looks good. And the foreman points you up to like the what's it called? What's it called? Holy shit.
Scaffolding.
Yeah, no, like
Floors.
it's pretty. Yeah, the floor up to the second floor where he's second floor of the building where Barry Sussman and a few others are putting up drywall.
Would it be possible to chat with Barry? Is it possible for him to have an early break or
Three
something?
nails.
Yeah. 3 nails. No, I think I got all 25. No, 20. That's how many I need. Yeah, just go up. He's up there on the second floor. Just, don't keep him from working too long.
Fair enough. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you got it.
Make my way up there.
So, yeah. As you come up, you do see Barry Sussman. See, is he one of the people I actually wrote anything about? That is the question. Oh, yes, you see Barry Sussman.
Hey, are we at all on the right track?
He is mid-30s.
It's right there. Barry Sussman.
Yeah, yes, he is a Barry
found him.
Sussman.
We found him, ladies and gentlemen.
I did have a Reed shirt over in New York once upon a time as an NPC.
Imposter found. There he is. He's been expelled.
He is just above 6 foot. You'd say around 200 poundish. Got a light worker's man tan, big handlebar mustache, and a bald spot. And yeah, he's kind of just like.
Just to also jog mine and maybe Will's memory of about how tall the guy looked.
Above 6 feet. It's about as sure as you were. Like, you knew he was above 6 feet, but other than that.
Could we have asked Eddie for like a better estimate in height? Would he have given us in that description?
He was probably blitzed out of his mind. He's
No,
not the
yeah,
type
no.
to be like,
If he had said anything, it would have been. Yeah, he was tall.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um,
How tall was Barry?
Just over 6 foot, 6'1", probably.
So not.
Comparative to build, now maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to fucking roll something like this. But does this build seem similar? Does this dude have a V
Bigger his
taper?
feet.
What's your fucking shoe?
What's
size?
your shoe size, motherfucker? Let me
You think
see.
Ellis won't get there, y'all?
Why have
We
I
have,
not?
we have one of the Foot Locker shoe sizing. Fucking put your foot in there.
Let's see.
The warrant for your thing. Just trying to lie my way through it.
What? Just a moment. Yeah, no, he compared to I'd say roll me spot hidden.
Because I'm trying to remember, of course, memory of the footage isn't gonna be perfect
Yeah.
and all that shit. But
It's hard to figure out what it should really be. I think maybe going forward, what I'll do is I'll add in a skill just called memory or memorization, probably, or maybe just put it into investigation and keep it under that. Might be what I'll do.
Okay.
Spot hidden?
Yeah, spot hidden. We'll do for
I
now.
got it. Trying to roll under a 60 or under.
Just because it seems like spot hidden is what you would have seen also.
22 under a 60.
22 and
42 under 75.
okay, so you're both okay. Well, there was a hard one for Will, a regular one for Michael. Well, hard one for Reno.
That's an improvement.
It's true. Yeah, it was a success of any kind. And yes,
nice.
hello, Adi. So yeah, it doesn't need to be a hard one, or there's nothing specific. I think it's hard to tell with height. The build seems like it might be a bit bigger. Like he might be a bit more muscly than the guy you saw. But again, the guy you saw wasn't like a hoodie and stuff that was loose fitting. Could it be Barry? Yeah, it could be Barry, just based on what you've seen.
Can I page for a warrant for shoe size?
For warrant for shoe
Kick
size?
that fucking door down.
You don't want to have a conversation with him first?
No.
No, I want a warrant just in case. I just
You-
want to be like,
You
in
can.
case I want a warrant
Need
for Barry's
probable
house.
cause. We don't necessarily have that yet.
Murder.
What you would need to do would be go back to the.
Pager.
Go back.
Like, when you texted him through your pager. Like, what
Probable
you do?
cause murder.
I-
Barry question mark.
I don't think Michael knows that a pager doesn't text. And
I
that's
do know
okay.
that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fucking about now.
You
I'm
can.
about to find out. That's what I'm gonna try.
You can go to the car and radio into dispatch and ask for.
No.
Maybe on the way back.
Okay,
Let's talk.
You don't know what I'm thinking yet.
probably.
I see you trying to type into your pager. That isn't how that works.
What are you? Why are you pressing your
What are you
pager?
doing?
All right,
How
but
many
yes,
phone numbers you need in there?
you do see this large workerman, a strong guy with his handlebar mustache and bald spot. He's just working away, like holding up drywall with his buddy and hammering it in.
Hey, Mr. Sussman, is it possible to chat with you for a moment? I know you're busy today with your work day.
Fuck.
I just try to be nearby, but subtle because
Yeah,
he probably has heard I'm an asshole.
just absurd.
And that's just if he didn't know from the base me.
Very fair. He just kind of turns around and yeah. Like, here, Alan, you keep going. I'm taking a break. Yeah, what can I do for you? Yes.
I don't know if you're aware of the unfortunate passing of one Terry Harlow.
Am I aware of my sister's boyfriend being killed and nailed to a tree? Yes, I am aware.
You never know. Word spreads. Help save us time. Well,
Ask
as
him if you heard from a butcher.
did you hear? We just spread it around so we don't have to fucking talk to people anymore. It saves time. But as you can see, obviously this is an issue. We don't want people, doing that sort of thing. So we're just sort of casting a wide net, so to speak. Do you have any information that may be helpful? As we're just trying to narrow down what's going on and try to prevent this sort of thing from happening again.
Trying to prevent murder from happening again.
Yeah,
That's
that's
mighty
sort of the
fucking
job
fine of
description,
you,
yeah.
officer. No, I don't know anything about it. No, I had no idea that he was dead until my sister called me up crying.
I imagine.
Can I
Very.
quote unquote psycho insight check this fucker?
Yeah,
again?
sure. Roll for it.
I put points in it. I might as well use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it.
45 under 51. It's
Okay.
not in that time.
It's a success. So I'll say so far, he doesn't seem sad necessarily. He seems annoyed, not angry necessarily. Well, angry when he mentioned his sister calling up and crying. That seemed to anger him, but generally more annoyed over this situation and annoyed over being questioned than sad about, his not quite brother-in-law dying.
What was your experience with Terry? We've gone around, and primarily we've heard quite a lot of, frankly, flowery language. A few little negative things here or there, but overall not much. What is your feelings toward him?
Terry was
Anything-
fine. Terry was, if anything, he was a little bit of a wimp. I would have liked Jackie to have a man, someone who can, actually lift a wrench larger than the little bits and pieces they're using down at the mechanics. Other than that, he didn't cheat on my sister. He didn't beat on her when he drank, and he was willing to have kids with her when the time was right. I think he was gonna marry her too at one point.
At one point,
Do you
that
know if
change?
anyone?
I interject into the conversation to be like,
I don't think there was any real plans, not that I know of, but
Do you know if anyone would harbor ill intentions towards him? Because overall, we haven't found that many, but we got to try to narrow it down somehow.
maybe someone find him too boring. Hardly a reason to murder a man.
"Are you a family man, Barry?
Hell yeah, I'm a family man.
You got one back at home, or still looking for the one?"
A wife and 4 kids. No, 2 kids. Wait.
Yeah, sounds like you found him.
I wrote something about this. Let me make 2 kids. Wife and 2 kids.
Have any interactions? The whole family, Jackie and her boyfriend.
With my sister's boyfriend? Yeah, the family met him.
They everybody get along?
Yeah, as far as I know. I don't know. My auntie wasn't the biggest fan of Terry. Said he seemed like weird. I don't know. I just thought he was a bit of a nerd.
Your
She ever?
Jenny?
My wife.
Sorry, I forgot.
Did she just strange feelings or anything she observed that would want that?
Just didn't really like him. This is something, I don't know. She just said there was something off. I don't know. I think she's just being weird. She has this whole thing about, like, what do they call those fucking playing cards that they pull out and talk about your future?
Oh, tarot.
Sure. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's all about
I
it.
don't know.
Like,
Did
she bought
say-
a crystal for me one time.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
crystal.
Yeah.
I didn't
it's
realize we were still in the 60s.
gonna clean the ions out of the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Odd question. Do you happen to remember what she may have pulled when she did a reading on Terry?
Oh, no, she doesn't do the whole pulling cards thing herself. She just likes having it done for her,
Interesting. Is there a tarot reader around here?
Yeah.
As I wasn't aware of it.
Yeah. There's one down nearby where Jackie lives. Down in one of those trailers down there. Man, I already told her, anyone who can tell the future ain't gonna live in a trailer. They gonna live in a mansion.
Very true.
You would think.
Yeah.
Are your kids they the sporty kind? You got them out in that local league.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah, yeah,
blah,
yeah,
that
yeah. My son plays football. Terry was one of his coaches.
You ever have an opinion on Terry? Anything?
He seemed
Good
happy.
coach, bad coach, annoying coach?
I mean,
Anything?
I think he was the nice one. He was the good cop. Figured you two get that one. Yeah,
Funny,
Don.
bitter,
Yeah, Dunbar was the tough
Dunbar.
one on him.
Interesting.
When's their? This is to Danny. Dunbar said he was going to talk to the kids, but like, do they have a practice every day? Like, do we know if that would be today? Because he wouldn't have had time probably since we talked to him last night to talk to the kids yet.
I would say he said he would contact you.
Basically, just how much like Barry.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have filtered back to Barry that conversation had happened.
No. He wouldn't. He certainly wouldn't have heard anything from his kid.
So, not gonna bring it up.
Well, honestly, I'll fill you in on something, Mr. Sussman. My mother was very into the tarots, and I would be interested in, I don't know, just to have a feeling of remembering her. Going to this tarot reader, do you happen to know what the name of the reader was, by any chance?
Sure. Let me just think for a moment.
Let me just roll that NPC chart real quick.
Yeah, let's. Her name is. Her name is Melody Daves.
Melody Daves. Very beautiful name. All right. Well, let's see. Melody Daves. Well, we don't want to take up much more of your time. Obviously, if you hear anything that you think would be helpful to the investigation, let us know. Appreciate you being helpful.
Right.
You got anything, Ellis?
No, he's in like work attire, right?
Yeah, he's got like overalls, working boots. Yeah.
Those are nice boots. They look. What about what size? What size are you? I'm curious if we're same size. See if you'd recommend something.
You're trying to get my boot. You fucking weirdo. These I don't fucking know. 13.
It's fine. He likes feet.
13 and a
Don't worry
half.
about it.
Too big.
Figured you found a man with tiny feet.
Yeah, he likes them real small. Like, he's thinking about around 10. Keeps looking at my feet. But
Those
to
are
each their own.
those are Terry feet.
Yeah.
Tiny little foot man.
The size that were of the boots were what?
10.
10 and 13.
10 and a half boots. 10 for the barefoot, which figures about right.
Which
It's
figures, and then the
13
tennis shoes
for the tennis shoe.
And he's wearing, I'm assuming because this is a construction site, more steel toe boots, right?
Yep.
Okay. When he
There's
lifts his
not
foot
that
up,
would be like
For what?
would there be like a on-site like locker room-esque thing?
No, I don't think so.
Changing the
Raid is fucking.
It would be
washed.
Those fucking shoes.
they would show up in
That's
their
what
work
I thought,
attire.
but
Yeah.
it was better to check just in case there was a place I could be like, let me just have a look, steal a shoe. we're far enough in the past. That's legal policing.
Yeah.
You could get away with it. Yeah.
These shoes are sus.
Mhm.
I'm confiscating them. Give me those Tims.
What would you like to do?
We're back in the car.
Oh, you're moving
Yeah.
back into the guy? Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
I'm radioing in for
Yeah.
a warrant.
For a war.
He's He's about the right size, got the right shoe size.
These shoes are too big. He has
No,
13 and a half.
Oh, did
13
you
and a
say
half.
13?
Yeah.
But in boot, you might need bigger.
I feel like not
I
a
want to
full
do
half
it
size up.
anyway.
Working with steel tipped boots myself. I can tell you that in European sizes we go a full size up, at
Full
least.
size up.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that is about a half size. I don't think it's quite that much, but I also don't think you have quarter sizes.
No,
So
we're. Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
God bless it, America. We have half sizes, maybe. No quarter sizes. None of that nonsense.
No, that'd be great. I'm radioing in for a warrant on this guy's fucking house.
Okay.
I don't know how that works in real life.
I don't think we have enough of that.
I'm still gonna try. I'm not asking your permission. I'm pulling the radio and being like, blah blah blah. I want a warrant on this fucker.
You get dispatch first, and then they're like,
I don't know who they direct me to.
okay, honey,
My request.
that's something you need from. Fuck, I think that's the. Is that like a DA who needs that?
It would be a judge. You need
A judge, yeah. Okay, so we're like, I'm gonna get you I'm gonna get you the police chief real quick. See what he. Get the police chief over. And he's like, yeah. What's this about?
All right, so chief, we've got suspect about the right foot size. We ain't got much to go on here, but we need something. I'm thinking we need to start, and also between you and me, we ain't making much headway on this case, and it's getting around that it happened. We need to got something to show for it. I'm thinking we start with a warrant on Barry, brother of the widow.
Right.
Probable cause. Possible suspect.
You're more.
Did he give you any trouble when you were questioning him? Where did he say he was when it happened?
Not.
He was on his work set. We didn't.
We didn't ask that.
You didn't ask where he was when it happened?
I was letting the newbie try and lead the interrogation. We haven't asked that once.
No. We haven't fucking established alibis at all. That's a great fucking idea. I tell you what.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You go have a conversation with him and ask him some goddamn police questions, and I'll consider talking to the goddamn judge. Get your shit together, Detective Ellis. Teach the goddamn sergeant. He's a sergeant. Rito, use your goddamn police education.
Yes, sir.
I presume we didn't even get that far. I'm like, no.
So,
ask the question, Roby.
so I'll do a light jog back. Sorry to bother you again, Mr. Sussman.
Hey.
I know this will be towards the last here.
What?
Obvious question.
Right.
Where were you on the night of an out of game, whatever the fuck night it was?
Tuesday, the 21st of June.
Where were you on Thursday, the 21st of June?
Yes. Oh, yes. From 5 to 7, you even...
5 to 7.
There you go.
From 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Where was I? It was Tuesday. I got off work around 4.
Mm-hmm.
Went over to the River Phoenix.
River Phoenix.
Yep.
Shit.
Had
Go back now.
had a few drinks and went home. Annie came home. Well, wait, no, I did. I went and picked up the kids on my way home, and and then we went home and had dinner, and I spent my evening at home with my family.
And then
With my family.
I think I might be really shit at psychology roles, but just for shits and giggles, let's see. What do you think? I'm wondering if I believe him or not.
I don't care if I believe him. I got my answer, and he was shifty as fuck about it, so that's all I need to know, Chief. I just want to be a warrant.
Would this be like psychology? What do you...
Yeah, psychology, psychoanalysis is typically how you'll read, like, understand body language. Sure.
Okay, so if my psychoanalysis is dog shit, but psychology is a little bit better.
Either is fine. Either is fine.
Either is fine. All right. In this case, I'm trying to roll at a 41 or beneath that. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Not the best roll. 48. Nothing.
I mean, he looks the same as he did before. Whether that's good or bad.
No shifty, like, oh no.
Oh no.
Anything
Not at all.
obvious.
No, there's no. He doesn't have any obvious like.
Not on the second time. We showed up.
Like very much like no. You know, tells his story as it is, and just like anything else. I can also tell you, my wife Annie was home when I had picked up the kids and got back.
Good to know.
Just on the radio talking shit with the chief at this point. Like, I didn't even let him hang up on me.
God damn it, shut up.
That should do it for now. Enjoy the rest of your work day.
Right.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Want to take an early bet on who done it?
Bye.
So I get back.
Goes back to working. Chief's very much like, Ellis, I'm not gonna bet on who murdered that boy. What the hell is wrong with you?
Now the real question is who's gonna die next. Should we
The lady
start
out
a
front's
Deadpool?
got $10 that it was
Figure
done
out
by.
who's dying next? I mean, that's always.
Who's dying next? I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully fucking no
Haven't
one.
you seen the movie? You're not into Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. there's a
Boy.
movie, the Deadpool. Yeah, he's in a movie. It's called the Deadpool. The whole idea is people start a ring where they're betting on who's gonna die next.
Boy, Deadpool sounds so. It sounds like something dumb. Who'd figure? Who'd use a name like that for anything?
Nothing in this time period. But anywho, I did question one Mr. Sussman on the very valid point of where was he on Tuesday the 21st.
Hey, very bright. I commend you. I commend you on making such an astute observation as to ask that question, Sergeant Reno.
Yep.
He's got some serious intuition on this one. Real
Oh.
potential.
I'll take the verbal licking. Yep, that's a fair point that I have been dropping the ball on that, Chief. But
Well, your coach didn't give you the ball.
between
I mean, to be fair, he's
5
the
and
only
7.
real suspect we've talked to besides Dunbar.
He did describe that he went to the River Phoenix, then drove, picked up his kids, and then ended up at home, and could also corroborate that one Annie Sussman was also at home. So upon initial prying, sounds plausible. Interesting thing, his son is also on the baseball team that Terry was a part of.
And
So
dating his girl.
dating his girl, or his
Sister.
sister.
Yeah, we're not that far out in Arkansas, friends. Come on now.
We're not that far in. There is some.
Over in Utah.
We're not hearing the banjos yet. As long as we're not hearing the banjos, it'll be fine.
Come on now, little diggy doo doo doo. Ain't too bad.
Did he
Did
change
you
his
hear that?
story at all when you were asking his question? Did he happen to remember a fact later?
I think so, but it didn't seem out of just
Wasn't
normal.
like he just
oh yeah,
added on that he went and picked up his kids after the fact of having been out drinking or anything.
I mean, it's not the best thing, but drinking and driving isn't unheard of around here, unfortunately.
No, it ain't.
We have you people are
Changes
drunk
the
when you come in
story.
for work.
No.
Not me.
Don't be ridiculous. I get drunk at work.
Right. Well, I can tell you this much. You ain't going to get a warrant for what you have. So if you want a warrant for Barry, you're going to need to find something solid.
Very damning evidence.
He fits the suspect.
Yeah.
He's got the red shoe size.
I'll catch him in a
He
lie.
has 2 connections to the thing.
2.
His sister and his son.
Sister, son.
All right.
There is untoward activity. So that might be another angle here. We might need to start maybe get in
We need
touch
to
with
go talk
Dunbar.
to
see if
and we also can talk to Annie and she can, or
Well,
somebody at the River Phoenix.
Right, well-
corroborate.
should we start interviewing? Now this just really gets out in the weeds. Should we start interviewing the parents of the baseball player?
No, I'd wait.
Dunbar Fire.
Yeah, wait until you've heard from Dunbar. I'll tell you what,
point.
if the Sussman kid says anything to Dunbar about Terry, then I'll get you your warrant. Or if you can catch him in a lie about where he was.
What time about would it be?
Let's see. What have you been doing? You've had these talks. It's like early afternoon, 2
Apart,
o'clock
though,
maybe.
Let's go back to the River Phoenix and see if they can corroborate him being there.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Because that'll be easier and less loyalty to him than asking the wife, hey.
So yeah, I start doing the
Engine.
prerequisite 5 donuts before I leave any parking lot.
Yes. All right, and yeah, you arrive after a few minutes down at the River Phoenix, the parking lot. You park outside. We look out the two crashed ships, the two ships that had crashed into each other, are still on land, but there's a lot less hubbub around them now. Seems to be whatever they were doing before the last time you had been down there is either done with or there's just done for the
Would we
day.
have heard any radio chatter or maybe even station gossip in regards to did the Coast Guard take care of that, or is that like the
No.
harbor master? Who fixes that shit? Because we're more land based.
No, you heard nothing. Well, yeah, you would probably have heard the day it happened. You would have heard that 2 boats had crashed into each other, that no one had died, but that they were basically being hauled up. But yeah, like you have like a, I don't know if it's called a fucking Coast Guard on a river, but like something similar.
The river guard.
Yeah, the river boys. The river boys went out.
Whatever the equivalent is, yeah.
Yeah, had gone out and yeah. They'd gone out, made sure everything was okay, everyone was all right, and then had the boats towed in and dragged onto the dry dock.
And was it like big news? Like, is who was involved in the crash?
It was
Public
like
knowledge, like in the newspaper or something?
Sure, yeah, I'd say one was from town.
Back to the football team.
One.
The only reason I'm asking is because Dunbar said Terry went out fishing with the son, so we know that there's probably, but that could just be along the river, but maybe it's a boat buddy. I don't know.
Fair.
Danny brought it up twice now, so.
Yeah, I can't figure out the boat angle, but there's obviously something to fucking
There's a
something.
I love-
You might just have some world building.
I love that I can legitimately say anything and it's like,
It's full critical role chair at this point.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say one of the skater boys was eating a banana. Yeah. No, yeah, sure. You know that.
And he threw a donut when he was eating a banana? Like,
No, it was one of the other
understand
kids.
kids.
It was one of the other kids.
'Cause that kid would have thrown that banana and kept the donut.
You know that from Russellville, a local fisherman called Warwick Marshall was part of the crash. The other guy was from a nearby town that is a bit to the west called, just a moment, called Clarksville. Which is also like, it's basically more or less the same size.
To our killer.
More or less same size as Russellville, maybe a little smaller. Talking like maybe a couple thousand less people.
The names in the newspaper of who had, they're not like familiar to anything we've done.
No, none of them are known as like criminals. None of them are
Our
names.
missing search thing, we did all of Arkansas though, so that would have included like Clarksville or whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So you arrive. You step into the River Phoenix, where, as always, good old what's his name, Peter Tomlin, is standing there. The old jock turned friendly barkeep. It's like, as always, just drying off a glass.
Same fucking mug
Yep,
as last
same
time.
mug. You can see that it has to be the same glass because it's starting to get like, and it was even last time. It was like the polish was starting to like grind. It was starting to grind down the glass. So it's just like, it's the same glass
Just
every
an
day.
affectation.
Yeah, it's like,
It's been
oh,
there the entire fucking time.
welcome back, officers. Back for that one drink I promised you.
Maybe
Quick
to
question
go.
first.
But
All right.
I pull out the flask, shake it. It's starting to sound a little empty. Put it back in.
I respect a good flask, man. Yes.
so, quick question: was one Barry Sussman here on Tuesday the 21st between 5 and 7 p.m.?
Let's see. Barry. Yeah, he came in after work. He usually does, gets one or two, then
Okay.
leaves and gets his children. What did you say, between 5 and 7?
I don't know.
Shit.
They're bets.
He looks up, he kind of looks down at the end of the bar, like, hey, Petey. Oh, yeah.
It was fucking Pete.
When did Barry leave on Tuesday? I don't fucking know. I don't know. 5? Maybe 5. Petey says 5. Probably 5. Around there. He doesn't usually stay too long if he has to pick up the kids.
Fair enough.
Based on timing, do we know he's picking them up from like? Is it like when schools get out? No, 'cause not at 5.
No, it would be like afternoon activities of some sort, probably. Like an after school activity thing.
He absolutely could go kill him, come back, and still get the kids. If he left
Have
here
we-
at 5.
Have we ever heard this out of game? Have we ever heard of the name of the other coach that was on the football team?
It was
That
That was Dunbar, yeah.
It was Dunbar.
Yeah, it's Dunbar and Terry. Coach them
That's
together.
why we went to Dunbar.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just need to brainstorm here a second. Why don't you
It's all
take
good.
the lead here, Ellis?
No, I'm just. Oh, I was thinking because if he left here at 5, what we need to know is when Anne says he got home. Because if that's a long period of time,
Mm.
He could have absolutely killed him, still gotten the kids. Even if he got back at 7, you know. That's
When we were
plenty of time.
When we were at the construction site, was there a phone visible? I'm trying to get an idea of whether or not Barry currently has access to a phone, assuming he's still working at work.
I mean, it's near a street, and there would be a phone booth nearby, sure. You've seen the phone booths nearby, sure, yeah.
Okay. Well, Ellis does side eye towards, or God damn it, Reno does side eye to Ellis, doing the sort of I thought of something look, and
Gives him a nod.
and wraps it up with the barkeep.
Want that drink to go?
Yeah, can you keep the cap on? I have to wait until after work, but
I just
I'll take a
drop my
beer, your
flask
pick.
on the sheet.
He kind of takes he takes a whiskey and then he kind of looks over at others. He's like, ah. He reaches up and grabs a slightly better one. He's like, for law and order, and just pours a good one. Like fills it halfway up. There you go. Don't say I never did nothing for you. And you one with the cap on? I mean, you ain't getting one of these. He just digs down and grabs like a beer out of the fridge. Just like, here you go.
Yeah, I figured a beer, not a fucking top shelf.
I make a mean white Russian.
That's a good point, but usually
That's like
once
my
I'm
parents'
done with
favorite
work.
drink, Danny. Nice pull.
After work, Reno.
Yep. This is easier. I don't want to have to,
Good man.
travel.
I keep it ready.
Thank you. And so I sort of wrap it up with him and
Right.
get back to the cruiser. So let's see. Because who else has access? Because Barry's close, Dunbar is close. Do you want to try to see if we can make it home to where Annie Sussman is and see if we can ask her? Because we have the main alibi from Sussman himself. We've corroborated that he at least went to the bar, but we haven't confirmed whether after he did the whole kids thing, I can't imagine someone after they pick up their kids like, oh, hold on a minute, I need to go
No.
murder someone. But maybe before we
And
get
then he went to get the kids.
Mm,
Because also remember, how far are we from that parking lot?
yeah, that's a
We
good
get
point.
there at like 5:20 or something.
I think you could get, from the River Phoenix to the parking lot that he disappeared from. You could get there in like 5 minutes by car.
So you could easily have made it there by
Yeah,
5:20.
time to spare.
Yeah, like I would say round trip, realistically, with having to stop and call him over and get him into another car and drive him out. He could be gone from the River Phoenix, picking him up and be out there before it was like 5:30 probably.
Another person we could potentially.
Oh, no.
Dunbar where he was.
But
too.
Yeah.
picking him up,
Followed him.
it would be more like 5:45, 5:50, because he would also have to get him into the position. Yeah.
I wonder. So this is one angle. We have two ways that we can potentially corroborate. We have Annie, which is time sensitive because potentially one will want to ask her before he could potentially get in touch with her to tip her off that we might be showing up.
Well, that was
But-
why I was thinking go to where the kids are, ask like the coach or the tutor
Dunbar.
or whatever.
That's the other thing, that because if we ask Dunbar and he's like, oh, hey, yeah, I saw Barry pick up so-and-so off around that time, we have another potential timestamp.
But we could also hit Annie first, and then probably
Yeah,
still
Annie
get there.
feels more
And-
time
But
sensitive.
that was one thing. Did we establish that like practice is every day or is it like once a week? Like what were these activities? We don't know necessarily.
Yeah.
I know it's at least on Tuesday because multiple people mentioned stuff going on Tuesday.
I would say football probably twice a week kind of thing, and an
And
evening
he said he
thing.
picked up both kids though.
Hmm.
So, I mean, he could have made 2 stops, but it could have been a after-school care or tutoring. So I don't know what it was because we didn't
Well,
ask.
he did say picking them up from sports.
Oh, did
I think.
I miss
think
that?
he did. I feel like he did.
I
that
just
picked
heard
my kids up,
afternoon activities.
which I'm assuming is the sports. But I start radioing
I think we
in
go
to
to
the
Anne
PD.
first, and then because we can ask her what those activities are also,
Okay.
Yeah.
just to clarify if we need to, and also then, as you say, they can't corroborate a story together.
Right. So I get operator on.
Yeah, honey.
We're looking for potential abode of one Barry and Ann Sussman.
All right. Just a moment.
To
Yep, got you. Lime Drive 23.
all right, thank you. And I start driving.
Got you, honey.
After the prerequisite 5 donuts or however many it is. This time.
Yes. So you would arrive over there around like, what did I say before? Like 3 it was. So it'd be more like,
It was like mid afternoon, but we haven't. I was assuming like 2, but I'm trying to dip off. I'm trying to get there before 4 because we did hear that he got off at 4. That is one thing that Barry mentioned.
That is fair. I will say, yeah. I'll put it at like 3 when you arrive at their home at Lime Drive, 23. And you go and then knock, and there's no answer.
Okay.
They ran away. It was Barry. I want my warrant now. Here's the thing: we presume that she's a housewife, which may
Yeah,
be the case.
I mean, it
In the
is
time
80s.
period,
It
you
could
would
be
think.
more common, kind of.
You would think maybe, I don't know, the 80s, but also like she could just not
We are
be here.
also in Arkansas.
Yeah. Is there a car or anything?
No.
No
Nothing.
car. Okay. So either single car family or she's out and about too if they do have more than one. Okay.
She's out at the casino as she is every night. She's a shitty parent.
Interesting point. This could get fucking spicy. Is there a doormat in front of the door?
Sure, yeah.
I
So
checked
regular
that
one that says
doormat.
welcome. Check it for what specifically?
I'm looking for a key.
Oh yeah, you lift it up and sure. Actually, let's see what fate says. No, there's no key at all.
No key.
No.
Can we spot hidden for like where would you hide your key? Take it up to the mailbox.
Sure. Yeah, sure. You can roll me spot hidden if you want to check.
Let's
So
do some.
so just so I'm clear here, your plan is to find a
the
key
first,
and then
maybe.
do breaking and entering maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. Very well.
Because I'm also.
Not
When
good
did we
enough,
show up?
actually.
Well, when did we show up? Because it was like 3 something. Because
Yeah, around 3. A little bit after maybe.
But remember, it's Friday, and his usual thing is he goes to the bar and then picks up the kids, according to what's his face. That's a usual routine.
I'm rolling spot hidden just for quick clarification.
Yes, sir.
All right. Trying
84
to be
over 75. I don't see shit. I'm like, what are you even looking for under the doormat?
I'm trying to find a key, Alice. Keep up. You're the detective here, goddammit.
We don't break and enter. We're detectives. That's why I asked for the warrant. But you were all about that.
Sometimes you gotta do some under the table shit, Alice. 79 over
then I have to
a 60.
Over a 60. Yeah, no. You find nothing. It's none of the typical places like on the grass, inside your palm.
Under a rock.
Yeah, it's none.
Under the pot.
None of the standard places. So no, you do not find the key, which is probably good for your careers.
Yeah. They do pass the basic security test. I commend them for that. Now, I'd try the door. Do they fucking lock their door? I just turned the knob.
The door is locked. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, good for them. And I turned back.
Imagine we break in and she was just ignoring us, and she's like,
"What the fuck are you doing?"
We listened to see if there's like shuffling. Does it sound like there's? Maybe she didn't hear the knock.
You can absolutely roll listen.
Oh, is that a skill? Okay.
That is absolutely a skill. Yes.
I roll ears.
Okay, I can roll ears. I got this.
And you say that, Michael, but at the same time, you've gotten very little.
I have.
It's just a middle finger now. 61 over 60.
I'm trying to be. Or my listen is 45. Trying to get that or Denise. 66 over 45.
Yep. Nope.
Not hearing shit.
Not hearing shit. Here's what I will say. You two take another quick moment to talk about what you want to do inside because my body's fucking murdering me. I've got to run off to the bathroom again. I'm so sorry.
You do. Do what you got to do.
Fuck these dice. Fuck them.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Yeah, the dice happen.
Dice hate me.
All right. Next thing. Okay, so the next thing we might have to do
apparently
is check in with Dunbar. He would still be at work.
He said he'd get in contact with us when he did it, I think. Same with the Dallas detective.
Well, this is a different question.
We do need to ask where it was.
Since we can't get in touch with Annie,
Ask when practice ends and what days it is in case that's the day.
right, if that's within the time period, so we get another layer, because we can't confirm whether he came home because Annie isn't here. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? I fucking had to do it. Let's see.
Waterboard my dice. Is that the plan there? Get a bowl or a jar and place it nearby.
So I will. What's the plan? We going to Dunbar?
Well, I mean, we could just wait for Annie, but he
That's
might get
true.
home first. But if she was home when he got home, technically she should get here first. But we don't know if that's a different plan.
Yeah, we don't know if
We
there's
technically
multiple.
drove together, but that could be, one of us will take the car. We could hit both.
Let's see.
Because this isn't the traditional TTRPG where it's like, don't split the party. I think sometimes that helps.
Yeah, right.
Then we have the shitty where we psychoanalysis below anything to ever insight check successfully.
Yeah, I'm psychoanalysis 1. That is my basic.
I have 51 on psychology and psychoanalysis, but
okay. I have just a little bit in psychology, but oddly enough, not in psychoanalysis.
To insight check these people, but I just rolled terribly. My 61 was probably the lowest I'd rolled.
You might want to ask him, because when I did the whatever it was where I rolled a 71 over a 70, I was able to spend a luck. So maybe ask him if you can.
It's funnier that I'm a terrible detective to me.
Yeah. So we have the I want to say Douglas. That's not the dude's name. Dunbar. We have the Dunbar potential corroboration. Yeah. So we have Sussman's testimony himself. We have the barman confirming that he was at least at the bar, trying to confirm whether he ended up at the house. No response. He definitely
ended up at the house, but it's the time it took, because he left the bar around 5.
And so if we talk to,
but also
as a side note,
where he was.
As a side note for anyone watching, this is back in the car. We're not saying all this shit right outside the door in case she's there fucking filtering information back to whoever the real problem child is.
I mean, or this could just be us out of character making a plan too,
Yeah.
Either way,
we've exhausted the skater kids.
I forget how tall Dunbar is, or if he fits our profile of like.
I felt like he was real tall.
I thought he was. I think he's tall enough. I don't know, but
wait.
That's why
I might have notes.
I think Dunbar and Barry are so far the only one that fit that silhouette that we got.
Yeah, let me see here.
Plenty
of prints. That's the other thing. Exonerating Barry. Barry appears to be bigger than the person we saw on the thing. It's harder to mimic bulk. I mean, especially if he's only wearing a hoodie. It's not like he's wearing fucking pillows or some shit.
Apologies.
No problem. I will, just for shits and giggles before we head off, I'll knock again. Miss Sussman, knock, 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 and just see if there's any.
Still no response.
Nope. Okay.
We have hey, we came by.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll say you have. If nothing else, you certainly have like a card. Like the detective would have a card to be like, yeah, call me if there's anything.
Call when you can.
Yeah.
And just have it like that, and PD.
Yeah.
Our Russellville PD.
Very well.
Sure it's like Reno's number, Father Reno, not me, please. Thank you.
Very well.
We were were trying to remember, and I'm going through the thing. How tall was Dunbar? I feel like he was above 6 feet.
Dunbar was a
but
tall boy as well. Yes, he was
I
6.
feel like he was way taller. Like maybe no, the butcher was 6'8", so he was the real tall.
Butcher was huge, so he was too tall for our.
Yeah, Butcher was real
Yeah.
big. But Dunbar was pretty big as well. Let me find it because I'm pretty
Barry's
sure.
the only one so far that I think has really fit our like at least closely in that range. We also didn't,
Yeah,
we have
Richard Dunbar was like 6'4", 6'5", but he was also too big. Like his build was
Yeah.
too big. That's what it was with
Yeah.
him.
so was Barry, but by a less amount.
Yeah,
It's
Barry
probably
was
not-
more like Barry seemed a little too big, but again, it was like
not great footage necessarily.
yeah,
I
not
think.
great footage, and it was a hoodie. It was it was shot at night. Like it could be
Yeah.
Barry, sure, judging just on that size, right?
Yeah.
So what are you thinking, Alice? We're going to check in with Dunbar. It's before the day's
We
done
should
there.
at least get another "Where were you?"
Yeah.
He was probably closing up, and then probably went home. he let. It depends when they close, but he let him go.
They usually
was-
close at 6.
Well, I
they
was
told me.
thinking we ask him about when
We can ask that too.
Barry
We saw
picked up
the-
the kids.
The chief brought up a point that we just haven't been asking that to people, so we should
Yeah.
leave back.
Yeah. So start on making our way over to the repair facility that Dunbar operates.
Okay,
Um,
very well. So yeah, you arrive over there, and you see again Dunbar. You see, fuck, what was his name? Alvarez, and a couple other guys walking around, and Dunbar, as soon as he spots you, is just like quickly like wiping off his hands, handing over what he's doing to one of the others. Like, I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, officers, what
bother
can I
you.
do?
New question for you.
Couple quick ones. We need a couple.
Yeah.
I'm assuming football practice must be on Tuesdays, at least in some capacity. Is that right?
No, Wednesdays and Fridays.
Mondays and Fridays.
Interesting.
So they wasn't there. Doesn't mean they don't have other activity. I don't say that in front of Dunbar. Just
Right.
My remembering is by saying things.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Does Barry have any children that play on the team?
Yeah, he's got his son Mark.
Son Mark. Okay. Does he tend to be punctual about picking him up, or is it Barry?
Picking up Mark.
Yeah, these kids.
Yeah, I mean, Barry's actually one of the parents who might actually stop in a little early and watch as they practice. He's good like that.
Okay.
He's very interested, you might say. Not
know what,
involved, but interested.
I know you're involved with kids in a lot of ways. Do you
Yeah.
happen to know what does Mark have? Is he a good student? Is he does he have like tutoring on
Mark?
other days of the week? You think?
Mark is a product of his parents. Don't get me wrong, Annie's a great gal. The hospital's lucky to have her, but he's also his father's son, and Barry's he's a hardworking man, but he's not exactly he's a few spoons short of a full set.
Not the sharpest brick in the shed.
No, not fully baked, as they say.
Okay.
Hey, you said
And I
what? You
do-
said something about what? About Mark and
We're just wondering because, we're as usual, we're
Where you
doing
just to
the
be
net.
clear, we know you let him go early on the Tuesday. Didn't you stay here to close up?
who? Oh, Mark.
Tuesday the 21st.
Terry.
Question.
Terry, yeah, let him go around 5.
Around
You
5.
stayed closed up. You guys close around 6.
Close up around 6. Drive my way on home, get some food, and then spend time with the family.
And they're
As
all
you
home
should,
at
as you
6.
should.
They all saw you.
They're home on Tuesday. Yeah.
Just clear on the.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, I understand. You gotta ask questions. No, yeah, I must have been home probably 15, maybe 20 minutes past 6. Alvarez was here with me until I closed down. You can check with him for that. And incidentally, I can.
We do so and just get the yes.
Yeah, he very much is like, yep, very true, man. All right.
How tall is Alvarez?
Alvarez is like 5'9", 5'8".
So fucking short.
Tiny man.
He didn't do it.
So yeah, after I do the howdy do's and goodbyes to Mr. Dunbar. Probably still far too early to have a development. Anything in
He has
regards
practice
to
today, right?
No,
your son?
practice is today. I spoke to Ken, and I don't know. I think I might need to talk to him again. My kid doesn't really keep things from me, see, but I had a feeling that he wasn't being fully open with me.
Yeah, it may take some time.
It's not an easy thing if you want any. We've got professionals in field for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. If that becomes a necessity, I'll make sure to bring him down.
Yeah. Another angle, if he does happen to mention something about it, try to emphasize it's no fault of his own.
Yeah, no, I know. I appreciate it. It's a hard thing to broach with a child for one, with your own son for another, and then about a friend of the family who is now dead for a third.
There's a lot there to unpack.
Layers.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'll have a discreet talk with the boys tonight, and then it might help him to see.
There may be some layers of grief for the players, even if nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly.
There could be,
I don't know how much they know yet, but as you know, rumor has spread. I think everybody knows about him and the way he was found, at least to some extent.
Yeah. So I think
based on how many people we've asked, hey, are you missing 3 specific nails? But decide. Oops.
I think that's all we got for now. As usual, if you hear anything or have any ideas, get in touch with us. Anything could help. See you later.
Stay safe.
Clear out and get back into the cruiser. Wednesday and Friday. So he's full of shit in regards to Tuesday. But
no, it just means that there may be some different activities.
It's also the fact that clearly training is after 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And probably like even a bit after, because people would probably have getting food.
And he has to close and then go to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably a tutor or something, or just
might be
some
tutor.
schools have like after care. I don't know how old these kids are.
Yeah, I'm assuming if he's on the football team, it'd be around the 12-ish range.
Yeah.
That's what Ken is.
Yeah, so we need to find Anne, but we left the thing. So
It sounds like she must be at the hospital in some capacity.
Would we know she is? She's a nurse, a doc.
Should we rattle some cages? At the hospital?
No, that was a straight 100. You don't know shit. You don't know Annie.
She's new to town. So.
Yeah, she might have been one of those people who moved in, but it would have been at least 12, 13, I guess, 10 years ago ish. What would the kid be?
She's new in town.
Yeah, compared to you guys.
What's the angle here, Ellis? Because I feel like the candle's burning at both ends in the middle. I feel like something's gonna hit the fan at some point.
I mean, there's the numbers, the 3, the 6, but I don't know where to go with that.
Yeah, there's definitely something there. I mean, and the clock, and the 3 unknown, and then hitting like just if nothing else, observing the
of John. It was like, was it 3 something?
1413. John 1413.
John 14, 13. John,
I mean,
14,
if we're going on stretching on limb, 14, 13, 4, 3, kids found, kids not found, but I think we're.
It feels like a stretch, but yeah.
I just want to ask the storyteller here. I want to thank you for thinking that I'm that smart.
That was why I said it's. I mean, it's there, but.
But let's be realistic. Tell me what. Tell me what. Tell you what. Roll me an idea roll, both of you.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was probably the next play. That's
How
just the.
That's just it's just intelligence, yeah.
Int is 70 on my part. Let's see how in tune Reno is. That is a 29 beneath a 70.
Perfect.
And 17 under 65.
Oh, that's beautiful. You got some good ones. Okay, so
Finally, that's something we need it for.
Brain blast.
so first off is something I will give you. This will come in from the radio after this. But you might find the idea useful for it. It occurs to you that if there is a connection between the murder of Terrence Hollow and the murder of what was her name? Old Lady Catherine Wilcox.
There you go.
And the only connection right now is the numbers. Then there has to be something specific that they both share, or something that links them somehow.
Fuck, they're both pedophiles.
At the very least, it might be worth looking into criminal behavior of the other.
They're both pedophiles. Thanks, Danny.
Just as a quick, I want to do that again. I know you can't hear it because you don't have audio on, but dung dung.
So will be talk of such subject matters. In
oh yeah, I can.
Detail,
I can do the non-sound as well.
Your discretion is advised.
Yes. As you're sitting there in the car trying to figure out what to do, radio comes in. From dispatch, it's like, honeys.
Yeah.
Detective Schultz from Dallas PD called.
Hello.
No, he just called. He's not on the phone. He told you that all the parents were accounted for. All of them had believable alibis. And that he's sending you a file from Tennessee.
Fucking hell.
Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, we'll be on our way back to the station. Thank you for...
All right, honey. Thank you now.
No. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Real quick.
And I relate that to Ellis. Interesting point. Third location, as this fuck works in threes.
They do all touch. I wasn't sure if Arkansas ended before or after, but it doesn't.
Things I were not aware of when I wrote things. Wait, I shouldn't tell you that, but no, I should tell you. That's fine.
That was just
Texas doesn't connect. Doesn't connect them, I don't think. Do they all touch? Does Arkansas touch?
Arkansas connects Tennessee and Texas.
What? Oh, it does? Oh shit. Okay. Well,
it goes Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee.
I don't know shit about geography apparently. So all right.
I was surprised as
I
well.
literally pulled up a map just to check.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got. I mean, if someone's starting in Texas, making their way over.
But yeah,
So yeah.
sorry, you said what did you say, Reno?
Making our way back to the station so we can try to hit
Yep.
the
We can look at that
Hit the
file
nail.
and then
hit
maybe
the
send
nail with Schultz.
It's funny you say that. That you say nail, because when you arrive, there is another file for you. This file is from Ashland City, Tennessee. The victim's name is Naomi Woods. She was 26 at the time of death, which was she was found on May 23rd, 1986. Found around 7:30 a.m. by a local mourner visiting the Old Patch Mission Church graveyard. Death appeared to have occurred around 4 a.m. that same morning. Now onto the nails. She was found. And well, I just did send out a content warning. This is that slightly graphical stuff.
Another one.
graphic description.
Another
of the file.
one.
Yes,
Another one.
another one. She was found crucified on a large wooden cross in the center of the graveyard, with one nail through each wrist, one through both ankles, and one through the neck.
That's 4.
Victim also had one large cut across her stomach. Cause of death was from disembowelment. At the scene, the evidence found was the victim. Well, witnesses say the victim was last seen the night before leaving work from a local bar at around 2 a.m. No fingerprints out of place were found in the area. Footprints of a U.S. size 13.5 boot were found on the eastern edge of the graveyard. No witnesses, but the victim was a known troublemaker among religious groups in the area.
I'm gonna when I'm like troublemaker, I'm gonna send further details on that, and then I'll send out to records on Wilcox, because so far we don't got ages ain't the same, locations are different states.
May 3rd.
Is that a third?
Well, another 3.
May 23rd.
Oh, 23rd.
Another
Okay.
3 is there, and ages we have an old lady, a young lady, and a young man.
Very true. Okay, so yes, you send them off. We will handle that next time, I believe.
And quick clarification, what fucking year is it in game where we are?
88.
88. Okay.
Yes.
And what
So this
year
was
was
2 years
this?
ago.
This was 86, and then
86.
Wilcox was
Also 86. They were found just about 2 months apart. March 17th for Wilcox, May 23rd for Woods.
Can I, of new arrivals, can I check in Russellville, criminal records and possibly prison sentences that may have been short and ended, and like somebody got arrested in 86, now in 88 is here.
Sure, yeah. I'll even say you could. That's something you can hand off to the other police officers to have
Officer
done.
Ari, here you go.
Yes, Officer Ari, very much like small shadow. Thanks.
She's the only singular officer. We need to get her something.
That's
I think
yeah,
her partner retired.
yeah. I think you're right.
Because the others, we've got Colt and Caroline, their partners. And
Yeah.
Alan Murphy, partners.
She had an old one who had to go off to early retirement. So yes, they are working on that.
Let's see. Okay. So more neck stuff. Why does a person like the neck so much? We have axe through neck. We have nail through neck and another nail through neck.
With crime scene photos, which may have come with the file,
There would be some, yeah.
would there be pictures of like the nail or whatever, and do they look the same? Or are they different?
They appear to be the same kind. If they're the same brand,
Who knows?
who knows? But yeah, it looks like the same kind, same size.
For going into same size, going into wood.
Mm.
On the autopsy data,
Mhm.
are the blows around the same vertebra? And if so,
Oh, in the
is
neck?
it like, yeah, is it pinpointed enough where they're putting it near? Is it the nape of the skull?
Yeah, is it like the same kind? It's the same-ish, but it does not appear to be
Great.
accurate.
It isn't a lot of,
No,
space
it's also
between, to be fair.
yeah. The victim you found had his head turned and had it smacked in, so it would have been like a turned neck that it went through, whereas this one is like straight through, like
Straight
there. So no matter what, it would have been very difficult to hit the same vertebrae unless you were an absolute expert.
What time of year? So the most recent file was May.
The young lady, yes.
Yes, and then the other one was also in '86, but what
March.
March? So like mid
March.
to early.
March, April, May.
Yeah. Spring.
Takes a month off. Probably still cruising off of the adrenaline of ooh, I murdered somebody.
Can I
And then-
call the dad again?
The dad of Terry.
Terrence Hollow.
Yeah, you can absolutely call him. Let me just find him again.
What the fuck you want?
Let's see.
Vinegar versus vinegar.
Was in '86.
Fuck, I can't remember. Oh, Maxwell, and Kathy Hollow. Max, yeah, you call him. Picks up. Max Hollow.
Mr. Hollow.
Mhm.
Detective Ellis here again.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah, just a quick question,
Mm-hmm.
because we are trying to figure out who did it and why.
Mm-hmm.
But he lived with you before he relocated.
Yes, he did.
Had he always lived with? Has he always lived or
No, he went off to, well,
off to school? Or
so he went off to school, but it was here in Dallas, so, but he had a dorm room.
and, when did he graduate and move back in with you? Was that-
Graduate. And lazy son of a bitch did. He just came home.
When was that?
That would have been. 87. That would have been 84.
Do you know if he was he a homebody, or was he out and about a lot? Did he go vanish for periods of time?
Well, he said he liked to go camping. But if you've talked to the Dallas police, I think we both know that wasn't the camping he was interested in.
No. I don't suppose if I asked you about a couple of time periods, you would know if he was on a camping trip during that.
You can try.
March and May of '80.
March and May. He might have been. Only. Nah, if he would have been, it would have been. Would have been in May. It wouldn't have been in March because that's when it was too cold. Not that it's fucking cold here, but.
But he didn't. There weren't any extended absences from home in those 2 months.
No, it wasn't. You gotta understand his camping trips.
I understand nicely.
Yeah, were usually rather short. A day, maybe two. I always told him that's not much of a camping trip you're having there, son, but he liked them short, he said. Fucking he.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Sorry to bother you again, sir. Thank you for your cooperation.
Quite all right. Do me a favor. Make sure just burn his body. I know, being his parents, we're probably going to be asked to take care of it. Do we need to just send you a piece of paper with that?
I say whatever the correct procedure is, because I don't know it.
Consider it on its way. burn it, and drop him in a dumpster. Bye. Click. And I will say, over the weekend at some point, a fax does roll in.
You're both frozen on my end. I don't know if I'm...
Oh no, frozen on Discord?
Hello?
Okay, now I can hear both of you. All right.
Okay,
I
good.
don't know if that was on my end or what. But
I don't think it was, because I had it too.
Oh, okay. I had nothing.
did I freeze
I
up
didn't know.
for anybody? No?
You and Danny froze for me, so I think it might have been a Discord thing.
Well,
Okay, because you
yay,
and Danny
Discord.
froze for me.
All right. But yeah, over the weekend, a request does roll in that when he is when the body is ready to be done with, it is to be cremated and the ashes to be thrown out.
Wow.
Wow.
Oof. Big oof. Nah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yep.
Alice.
Fuck that guy.
There's some sentimentality in that family. Let's
I
see.
wouldn't have no sentimentality for one of them either.
Yeah. Okay. Well, an interesting tidbit. There was a size 13.5
There
on
was.
that Naomi, so that's an interesting bit. One thing that's occurred to me, and this may be far-fetched, is it possible someone could cram their feet from normally their size 13.5 down to a 13 to
They
throw
could just have
people off?
smaller. They could just have smaller feet and had a bigger shoe. Probably easier to go that way than the other way. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
you can fit in smaller shoes. It's not
It's
comfortable.
just not going to be comfy.
I will say,
Especially not for physical activity like maybe dragging or
Murdering
hammering.
someone.
having
Yeah.
boots in general, I tend to have like a slightly larger size
Slightly
myself, as opposed to sneakers. Sneakers is a little bit more like I'll
So
wear.
it's probably a 13, and then he goes 13.5 boots, which brings us back to Barry. But
Yeah.
we sent for the criminal records basically of both of the victims.
Mhm.
We knew that the one was a troublemaker in church groups, which is a whole thing.
But I mean,
I tracked Terry's. So Terry was not. He could have been at one, but not the other.
yeah.
Not the first. Could have
Have
been at
we-
the second.
Have we established when Barry? I mean, is Barry born and raised here?
Yes.
Ellis, did we see that?
Yes. And based on the age of his kids, I mean, when we talk to Ann, we can ask where he was in those 2 months of *86. If he had any
Yeah.
business trips.
Sometimes people are just not able to remember. I mean, if you ask me where the fuck I was in '86, fucking
No,
year.
but you might remember if your husband took a business trip. Didn't do
Maybe.
that very often. If he only left, because you would have probably had to. Are they in day drivable distance from Russell? Notice that Tennessee's on one side, Texas is on the other.
Yes.
Mm.
Are you in
And
day
if
drive?
it's a you don't shit where you eat sort of situation, oh, I need some extracurricular activities. Let's go murdering in a
Go
different
murder a
state.
child. Toucher.
It would. I don't think it's in day drive. If it is day drive, it's gonna be a rough day drive because, like
There's no way you're gonna get there and back in one day.
no,
Probably.
no, for sure not.
So you would have to be gone for a period of time,
Yeah.
at least one night.
Let's see directions. I can find out to at least.
Chances are, if he's a homebody and a leaving town would be a memorable event, perhaps.
Yeah, it would take.
We'll ask when we talk to Ann.
There's 525 plus miles to Abilene from Russellville. So it would be 8+ hours to drive there. And then, so theoretically, doing it in a day, possible. Realistic? Ugh. I mean, that drive back is going to be real rough, especially just after chopping the head off an old woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that's interesting, Naomi Woods appears to be the only one that's religiously connected. On the notes about the
And there weren't
Wilcox,
any of the
Was there
like,
any religious notes in regards to
I feel like that would
Wilcox's
have been
case?
too obvious connecting
Right,
of
well-
like, oh yeah, here we've got Bible verses.
No. There's no religious writing. No, nothing. I mean, there was the woman on the
March,
cross.
April,
But
May. So sequence of events is Wilcox March, Naomi Woods May, and then June. No, but 2 year gap. But it is
Which is
March.
why I sent out for like, hey, was there somebody who would be missing for those 2 years?
March, May.
You both rolled really well on your idea rolls, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
17 over 65 and like 29 over 70 or something.
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
The clock was stopped at 3. There were 4 nails used on Naomi, and there was $6 at the foot of.
That's what I was wondering. Was where's 1, 2, and 5?
3 clock.
4
4
nails.
nails on Naomi
We're missing the first, the second, and the 5th victim.
and $6.
But
Yeah, so there's 3 missing, 3 more missing,
Possibly.
3 more missing, where it's maybe those are child cases that time.
does the timing of where 1, 2, and 3 would be match up with the missing kids?
It would be 1, 2, and 5, and if they are numbered, you know that that Terry had been here for a little over a year. So if we say from May '87, you also know that he was involved in a case back in Dallas that would have lasted for a while and gone to like being rejected at court simply
Right.
for not having enough evidence. So you can at least cut off a few months there as well. So that would mean that he would have had to do the fifth victim within like a 6-7 month period, which could be done for sure. And then he would have been quiet until now.
When he died. Well, no, I don't think
Pinboard.
necessarily that he did it, but because we
I could-
couldn't have been in March. Well, which one? March was. Oh wait, March was the Texas one.
March
Yeah.
was the Texas one,
March, the Texas.
and that's more of a
The
2 hour
Texas-
2 hour drive.
So we got Texas, Tennessee, and then Arkansas in the middle. So it's not like boop boop boop. It's more like boop boop
Boop,
boop, and then middle.
Yeah.
But maybe there's shit in the middle connecting. Just
Maybe.
like 3,
But also-
4.
But also, why would they be? If 1, 3, if because if those are the missing, if the 3 kids are the 3 missing, who's connected to all of these? Who are these 2 that we know, and who are these kids?
I want to get the big ass fucking Charlie Day board where I have a map of the area and I want the location of Tennessee, the Wilcox, Texas, where we are, and then where the reports of the 3 missing kids were. And
They were all in Dallas or
all in
St. Clair.
Dallas. So they're in the,
So, but if she was
nothing there.
4, he would have had to leave for that one. But what would have brought him to Tennessee?
sort of not
is this
shitting where
like
you eat situation. If I'm elsewhere that isn't immediately here,
But he already did where he already killed in Texas.
maybe he's trying to be smart and, oh, I should stop killing in Texas because if there's too many blips of all around here,
He came
maybe
back
he's
for
because
5.
it's Wilcox
if
and
we're
potentially
presuming
3.
But I don't necessarily want to go on the assumption that he was the one who killed the first 5. What if this is somebody who's... That's why I want the results back from the 2, because if they're also child killers, his case doesn't matter anymore. What he did doesn't matter. Now we're trying to connect those 3.
Well, I think potentially they're both child killers. he may have killed the 3 that were missing, and then whoever killed him killed 3. So there's a total of 6, maybe.
Yes,
And-
I mean, it could that could be very well, but if they are child killer, they're not exclusive to that because we don't have any dead kids. No dead kids have shown up, and they're not numbered.
3 adults, 3 kids. So that's another weird thing.
Yeah. I am under. I'm gonna. My main theory is that somebody is killing child killers, but once we find back about the criminal records of the other 2, we'll know more.
Yeah, we don't know much about Naomi or
Catherine. But
Catherine
we sent
Wolf.
out for it. Is there like
Yeah.
a time skip option, Danny?
How much time would you like to skip?
Because we only
A
have
day or
5
two.
episodes.
We are about looking at the weekend, so I'll say
We skip to Monday.
before you find any before you get the information you've requested, sure, I'll say when we start up next time, we'll meet in Monday morning on the 29th. That would
Do
be
you have
20
anything
the
besides
30th.
to really go off of, Will? I mean, we can keep visiting people. We can try
Hmm.
and we still need to talk to Anne. We can do that.
I'm feeling like we're more in the woods. I mean, potential callback from Anne if it depends on who gets to that note. Maybe Anne never even sees the note if he happens to get there first, takes it down, or
No, you would get a call from Anne. Sure, we can do a call from Anne before we quit. You would get a call from Anne into the station. It would be a little bit after 5.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am. We were just wondering, can you tell us what time approximately, or well, where was your husband on Tuesday the 21st between 5 and 7? Do you have a rough idea?
Between 5 and 7, he would have been. I mean, between 5 and 7.
Yeah.
Well, he goes and picks up the kids after he's been to work. I know he goes and gets himself a little drink. That's fine. I think he was home. I don't know, 5:30 maybe, 5:20.
That kills it.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, what activity does he pick his kids up from?
Just we have like an after school kind of. The school has this thing where after school they get taken care of, and they play games, play sports, just hang out with other kids.
Just
Can
have
we
fun.
psychology over the phone?
I would say that would add a disadvantage dice, as they call it, which means that you roll, and then you roll your 10s dice, so the 10, 20, 30, 2 times, and use the higher result on it. So if you roll a...
Keep the percentile.
Yeah, you
and
keep
then
the
take
one...
the higher percentage.
Exactly.
Okay, so trying to do 41. All right. So first roll, so 43, which is already fucking the situation, and a 73.
Yep. Nope.
Oh, wait.
You got nothing.
I did that backwards, which makes no sense. 21 under 51 because the other one I got was 1. I got 1 and 21.
Oh, dope. She seems honest. There's no real. She doesn't have a shake to her voice. She seems kind of like not in a hurry to get rid of you, but kind of.
Why are they bothering me?
Yeah, like God, I gotta cook dinner. Yeah. She just got home, gotta get everything ready for the family.
Well, fair enough. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You have a good one now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Click. Even before you hear the click, you can hear her kind of stepping away, just like, oh, goddamn, fucking cook dinner. So, yes, with that, you reach the end of Friday. You've spent 3 days on chasing this down, and you finally feel like it seems that you have your teeth into something. What that something is, we don't know. But maybe we'll figure out on maybe Sunday if both are available again.
Should be. I'll check.
Should be.
We'll figure it out. And if not, then Wednesday. We'll let everyone know. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for coming and playing. And since I know this time that our dear boy is actually streaming, I doubt you're not already there, all of you. He's on I Will Be Right Back. Perfect. That's fine. Go say hi to Kyle if you're not already there. We'll see you next time. God damn it, Kyle. Stay fresh, y'all. Be beautiful to each other. Bye.
Bye-bye.